What's up? My name is Jonathan Register, and I wanted to give you a quick review of this book that I just finished reading this past weekend. It literally took me just like 2 days to read. It's Why Now is the Time to Crush It. Cash In on Your Passion by Gary Vaynerchuk. So I just finished reading this. The funny thing is I've had this book. I think we all do this. We buy a book and then we just don't end up reading it. And that's what happened with this particular book. I bought it, and I've had it for a long time. I don't even know how long. And I got a Facebook message from Tina, and Tina asked me, she was like, Jonathan, I just finished reading this book, Crush It, by Gary Vaynerchuk, and I've heard that you've built your business based upon this book. Is that true? And, and that got me thinking. I was like, I've never read that book, but I have it. Maybe it's similar to how I've built my business. I wasn't sure how to answer it. So Tina kind of, she intrigued me and got me excited about wanting to read this book. So I just picked it up and I started reading it. And sure enough, this book really does describe pretty much how I've built my business, how I've started, and how I've just really gotten going on the internet and online. So I wanted to just kind of quickly run through some points and some things that I took from this book, and then at the end I'll tell you whether you should take the time to read it or not. And I think you know the answer to that. When it comes to personal development, it's always worth time to read a particular book, and really just take action on it. But obviously there are those bad apples out there. There's books that aren't that good, and maybe it's not right for you. So let me just go ahead and quickly go through these points. The first thing that I took from this book is to live your passion. That's so important. Too many of us, we just go through life doing the 9-to-5 thing, doing the 9-to-5 job. And if you were like me, when I had a 9-to-5 job, I absolutely hated and dreaded that stupid job. I hated going to it each morning. I wasn't passionate about it. I dreaded waking up in the morning when the alarm clock went off. I'd be like, oh man, another day. Oh, I hate this job. I was hating life. And I'm not saying just to go out and quit your job today and start basket weaving full time if that's your passion, but work towards whatever your passion is. Figure out your passion. Identify what gets you excited, what you can talk hours about. Identify that and work towards living your passion full time, because if you do that, you're going to live such a much more fulfilling life if you're able to do that. So, and of course, all the excuses start coming up, oh, I can't live my passion. I can't do this full time. Well, yeah, you can. There is a way. There's always a way. You just have to figure it out. So, and this book will kind of help you, guide you with that. The second point is be your authentic self. That's so important. We try to, whenever we get online or just kind of, we kind of start being someone who we're not. And especially like when you're on a video camera, I don't know, a lot of people, they just turn into a whole different person, and they're, uptight and all that. And that's kind of how I was when I started making videos and all that. But you got to really be your true, authentic self. I'm an incredibly goofy guy. Like, I don't care what people think about me, and okay, maybe I do sometimes, but that's something I'm trying to get past. But like, I'm really, really goofy, and whatever, I'm going to act like myself, and that's what you should be. Don't be someone that you're not. Don't try to put on a show. Just be who you really are. Let your authentic self shine through, because that's going to set you apart from other people out there, because not every, you're your own unique individual, and be that person, and that's how you're going to stand out from the crowd and from the millions of other people out there. Another point, create content every single day. This is exactly what I did when I started my business. I created a piece of content every single day. I did a blog post every day for the longest time, and I'm working to get back into that habit, because it's a really good habit to get into, because that's how you're going to create followers and people are going to watch what you're doing, and you're going to create a community of people. Number 4, and this is the last point, hustle. Hustle like freaking crazy. If you're living your passion, then you should have no problem whatsoever about hustling and working your butt off to build your business. And you know, if you're living your passion, that's not going to be a problem. So get up early. Get up at, you know, I get up at 5 a.m. every single day. Just hustle like crazy. Work your butt off. And if you do that, you will achieve your goals. So as far as this book, you definitely should pick it up. You should definitely read it. It was a really good book. It's a short read. It's only 130-some pages. So it literally took me 2 days to read this book. Read it over a weekend. Instead of watching TV, I read this book. You know, and I got to say, it's an awesome book. I have a list now of things that I want to do and incorporate in my business that I was doing before, but I've totally just kind of started neglecting and moving away from. And there are things that are very important that you should do because it's how you create a community. It's how you become a leader. And also, real quick, I wanted to point out at the end of this book, I mean, Gary did an awesome job with this book, and he's an awesome guy, awesome dude. At the end, he put together a little outline of just literally some steps, just kind of like a summary of the book, and I think that was a really cool thing that he did, because a lot of times you come from after you read a book and everything that you read, you just kind of by the time you get to the end, you forgot what you read in chapter 1. You know, you don't know what you read unless you took notes, like, you know, which is a good thing. But Appendix A, it just gives you an outline and just walks you through step by step of what you should do and start doing to start really building your business big time. So read this book, pick it up, Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. Awesome job, Gary. Love the book, and recommend this book to anyone trying to build a business online. So if you're at my blog, make sure you go ahead, sign up for my newsletter, and you'll get you know, some really cool stuff that will help you build your business. So hope you enjoyed this video. Have an incredible day. Go out there, identify your passion, live your passion, be your authentic self, create a piece of content every day, and go out there and hustle like a mad person. Have a great day, guys.